What does it say?
Minus 25? All right!
You would think that's great, you little freak.
Is that a real temperature? I didn't think thermometers could go that low.
You can't make us go out in that weather. It's parental abuse. There are laws, you know.
Come on now, we just have to dress warmly. We'll have so much fun at the Winter Carnival, you'll forget all about the cold. You'll see.
Every year, Dad drags the whole family, kicking and screaming, outside to slide down a hill and take sleigh rides until our toes turn blue. But I like the Winter Carnival. I think I'll try a variation this year. Yes!
Call me crazy, but I don't think it's really winter unless you can see your breath.
So very cold. Oh, Jen!
I've been expecting it this year, you creep.
I think I'll go get a coffee and warm up a bit.
Save me a place.
All right, ice sculptures.
Don't forget, Andy, you promised you'd behave this year.
I think he's referring to last year's competition. What's with all the dogs?
It's a man's best friend theme this year.
Better than real life, huh, Spank?
Get this smelly mutt away from my ice sculpture competition.
He's just trying to make friends.
Dogs are no longer allowed in public parks. Not since I helped pass Proposition 86 last year.
What about those dogs?
Don't get smart with me, young man. They don't urinate all over the place. Now, leave before I call the dog catcher.
Chased out of an exhibit celebrating man's best friend. I hope you have a sense of irony, Spank.
You mean you left? Just like that? You didn't even pull a single prank?
Don't worry, I'll come up with something.
And 5 years ago, we forced the paper plant to shut down and empty its underground waste storage tank after it ruptured, and clean up the affected vacant lot. Your donations help us to continue to protect our environment.
Do you recognize this lot?
The city park.
Exactly. Right where the Winter Festival is being held.
I still don't follow.
Right over where that empty storage tank is. I'll bet you Mrs. Weebles doesn't even know that her ice dogs aren't toilet trained.
And this is where the paper comes out of the dryers and is submitted to quality control. Am I right, Frank?
Larkin, get over here.
Oh, I have to go, Andy. Feel free to chat up Frank if you want. I'll see you at home tonight. Coming, Mr. Croc!
I'm freezing out here. What took you so long?
Who knew paper had such a long and complicated history?
Do you know what you're doing?
Yes, the prank of the century. This lemonade will make its way through the pipes and into the empty underground tank. Because the tank has a rupture, it'll leach up to the surface, and tomorrow morning, Mrs. Weeble's precious park will look like all those ice dogs took a toilet break.
Someone had to say this sooner or later. You are a genius.
Just another day in the life of Andy Larkin, the world's greatest prankster. Let's get the rest of the jugs.
Freeze! You thought you could sneak up behind me, didn't you? Didn't you, punk? Well, what have you got to say for yourself?
What the heck are you up to?
Nothing, Dad. Just patrolling the park like we said.
Well, stop goofing off. I can hear you all the way on the other side. keep an eye out for that prankster Andy Larkin. I don't want to repeat of last year's nude snowman.
Roger Dodger. I mean Roger Wilco.
It's Roger and out.
Oh, it's you. I hope you left that smelly mutt of yours at home this time. I will not tolerate the soiling of this park.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, no, ma'am. No dog here.
Oh! What is this? What happened? I expressly said no dogs. This is a disaster. Get the police. Get the mayor.
Check, please.
It's those boys who are responsible for making this mess. I just know it. What are you waiting for? Arrest them!
We can't arrest them. No one saw them do anything. In fact, we patrolled this park all night and no one came in.
Maybe someone forgot to tell the ice dogs there's a city ordinance against peeing on the lawn.
I don't know how you did it, young man, but I'll find out. And when I do, you'll regret the day you pulled this little prank.
Little prank? Give me some credit. That was a gigantic prank.
Okay, move along, folks. Nothing to see here. Please circulate.
Huh? Jen?
You really should be more careful when covering your tracks, creep.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I saw you two coming out of the paper plant with these empty jugs. I don't know how you did it, Andy Larkin, but I've seen enough of your pranks to recognize the park as your handiwork.
That's a pretty long stretch. You'll never prove it was me.
I don't have to prove anything. All Mrs. Weebles has to do is test the snow for lemonade. Now, who do you think should suggest it to her?
Go ahead, tell. I don't care.
I'm not bluffing.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I still get credit for committing the perfect prank, though.
What are you talking about?
If you tell Mrs. Weebles, you're admitting that no one could figure out how I did the prank by themselves.
I'll bet you $50 that someone can figure it out.
Why not make it 100? I could use the extra cash.
100, you're on. By the end of the week, you'll be busted. Ha!
$100? I don't think I can cover my half, Andy.
Don't worry. She said she won't tell on us. What's she gonna do?
This button here? Oh. Attention all students. Jen Larkin speaking.
Huh?
You've all heard about the incident in the park yesterday.
Jen?
Now referred to as the Pee-wee pool. I think we all know who is responsible for that particular prank, and I'm here to tell you today
She promised she wouldn't.
that I'm offering a $100 reward to the first person who can replicate the prank and expose the author for the little creep that he is. That's all. Was that okay?
That's fine. Anything I can do to see that little hellion get what's coming to him.
You're busted, dude!
Yeah, we're gonna win that $100, and then we're still gonna, take your lunch money for a month. $3 a day for 30 days. That's what? Go!
Hey, man! Why are you doing multiplications on my time? That's homework stuff!
I gotta hand it to your sister. She's smart. If someone figures out the prank, we get caught and pay out $100. We end up financing the reward against ourselves.
Don't cash in your savings bonds yet.
The way I see it, this is how the alleged prankster did it. He just went up the ladder, and while Officers Wren and Stimpy were turned away,
Hey!
he did the deed. With the help of a really wet doll.